Now let us study the measures of dispersion and let us understand the need of those measures of dispersion. That is, why do we need them? Like why the measures of central tendency like mean and median that we have already studied are not sufficient to analyze the data completely. Now to clarify this point, consider two sets of data or the two groups. Okay, first group has the observations 4, 5 and 6, and second group also has 3 observations but with the values 3, 5 and 7. Now if we calculate the mean for each of this group, we will see that the mean for both the groups is same. We can easily verify. But if the mean is same, does it mean that both the groups themselves are exactly same or identical? So definitely we can see that they are not identical. So even if their mean is same, the groups themselves are not same. There is some subtle difference between them. We can go on and add another example also. Consider another example in which the observations are 2, 5 and 8, whose mean still turns out to be 5. But we clearly see that the group here is again not same as the previous two groups. So what is different? If you observe closely, you see the mean is same, but the spread of the remaining observations around the central mean is different. You see in the first group 4, 5 and 6, the entire data is tightly concentrated around the mean 5 as compared to the remaining two groups. As we go from group 1 to group 2, you see that the observations are slightly scattered. They are more spread out from the mean. And as you go from group 2 to group 3, the observations are further scattered. So this scattering, or what is called as the dispersion, needs to be measured for any given data in addition to the measure of central tendency. And that is why this is where we feel the need of measure of dispersion for the data. Alright, so we are going to study 4 important measures of dispersion, and they are as follows. So as we saw, as the measures of central tendency do not indicate the spread, that is dispersion of data, hence there is need to define the measures of dispersion such as range, quartile deviation, mean deviation, and lastly variance and standard deviation. So these 4 or 5 measures are very important, which we are going to study. So let us take these measures one by one.